This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com.
Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz, your host. It's 5/15/23, show 492. So options X is upon us yet again. What's happening today, Nick?
Yeah, today we got kind of a flat type day out here. More of the same, Kerry, where we dip early and then the markets on the back of light volume seem to float up again. And so it's more of the same. You have tech up by about 0.3%. Dow is flat. The S&P is basically up 0.1%. And the Russell actually is having a good day, up 1%. That's leading the charge. So it's not a bad day. But I will say this, energy is really acting well today. So when I look at energy, it's been all over the map lately, like everything else. But energy is catching a very, very good bid. Oil's up 2%. Nat gas up over 4% today. And that's making a pretty strong move. And we're seeing all the integrated energy stocks like Exxon and Chevron. They're all having a decent little pop here. So not a bad day for energy. When I look at the weak stocks today, it's kind of more so in a mixed group. You got Home Depot down a little bit today. Costco is down a little bit. Lowe's is down. So some retailers. And later this week, we're going to have a lot of retail companies reporting earnings. So that's kind of where we are.
All right. And, just today there was an article, I don't know what paper it was, on the internet that the rig count for nat gas is sinking quickly. And so it would be just about the right time for nat gas to have a rally, huh?
Yeah, just about the right time, right when New York bans gas stoves, right? So, it all fits into the picture. But, historically speaking, natural gas, when you look at a chart, it usually puts in a bottom in the first quarter of the year. And the first quarter is over. Now we're in the second quarter. I think nat gas, I said it on this program, Kerry, for I guess going back to February now, I think the lows are in. And, time will tell. But I really sincerely believe that, and my money is where my mouth is.
All right. So that means you're long nat gas, huh?
I've been long nat gas, and I made that quick hit in February, and my members got a little bit spoiled because we got in, I believe, on the 22nd, and we sold out on the 3rd, and we made 32% on our second half. Just a swing trade, not even in an option. That's a pretty big swing trade. So we've gotten back into the position, when it retraced back down to the same levels, but it hasn't made the same move. So everybody, always in this business, always looking for what we call instant gratification. And that doesn't always come as everybody wants it to. But I do believe this one is going to play out quite nicely.
The instant gratification doesn't always come instantly, huh?
No.
All right. So we got debt ceiling Kabuki going into its next act.
Yeah, the funny thing, today ahead of the opening bell, the markets were up and then they sold off. Obviously, the news ahead of the opening bell today was that, the Biden administration and the Republicans are very close to a deal. And then, I kid you not, right around 10 o'clock in the morning, right on my newswire, pops up that Kevin McCarthy says we're far apart on a deal. And, we're just going to continue to get more of this rhetoric day by day. The problem is, in a bigger picture, the debt continues to climb in this country. And, there will be a day when you can't service this debt anymore. So, it's funny how, we just keep raising the debt ceiling. I thought it was 104 times. I thought we raised it, but I was wrong. I think it's only been raised about 78 times since 1917. So
get your facts straight, Nick. Get your facts straight.
I got to get them right. I got to get them in order.
Really, man. Giving disinformation, the Homeland Security Department of disinformation is gonna come down on us for this,
I know. And I have to, I have to get better at that. But it was 78 times since 1917. And you have debt, at almost 32 trillion. This is turning into an absolute joke. This is becoming a banana republic. But I guess I guess it doesn't matter. The stock market will do what the stock market does, and that's how I always viewed it. But at some point, this debt will matter, and I think we're getting to that point.
So next bit of news: the IRS is effectively going to make a H&R Block division, and they'll just do your taxes for you and charge you or send you money back.
That's it. It's incredible. Kerry, we've been talking about this central bank digital currency coming to a town near you. And once that goes in place, this could put the whole accountant industry out of business. You really won't even need accountants. So quite something. That is the news of the day. Really, IRS is mulling another creation of government-run tax preparation. And you can't make this stuff up. But, the writing's on the wall. People don't think this stuff is happening or coming. They better buckle up because there will be a CBDC, and this is just part of it.
I wonder if you could use ChatGPT to do your tax return.
I bet you can at some time, and they'll probably implement it.
Yeah, well, that the IRS, they said they were hiring 87,000 new agents, and that's probably just to shred documents. But the real thing is they wanted all that money for AI. I couldn't argue that. I have no idea. I don't know why they would need 87,000 new agents, but I guess, there's a lot of money out there floating around. And I do think that, once you get to the central bank digital currency, you're going to have to pay taxes on, your babysitter that you hired for 3 hours, So unless it's fair and silver coins, right?
That's it. That's going to be the alternative.
And not to be sexist. All right. Gold, silver, where are we at?
Yeah, so gold's hanging in there today. It's up 0.25% right now, sitting at around 2020. So gold is holding up well. I don't really see any problem with gold right now. I know on Friday did a little bit of backing and filling, but I have to say it's holding up very, very well. It's been in a range for a while, much like the market has, and it really hasn't backed off. So, as much as I want gold to go down, I'd love to see it hit my, 1575, 1580 level for me to load the boat. Right now, the chart pattern is still constructive, and there's nothing wrong. The one caveat I might add, though, this week is options X, and we've seen lots of gold sell-offs in the past take place during an options expiration. So just be aware of that. The monthly expiration for May is in play this week. So for whatever reason, the gold seems to get hit during options X.
Yeah, I was going to make mention of that. We saw it take some dramatic hits and take several months to recover from the technical damage that's done.
Yes. We've seen it so often, right, that we have to take note of it. A lot of people don't really follow it, but we talk about it on here on the program so often, and we've seen some really, as you said, big technical shots. Now, gold being up as much as it has, I'm sure there are a lot of people here that are bullish gold, have a lot of call options in gold and gold miners and all the different vehicles that are out there. Excuse me. So, perhaps this is the week they do take gold down.
Yeah, wouldn't be a surprise. And it is the most opportune time because it all just gets buried with all the other goings on, as you call it, Shark Week.
That's right. This is the real Shark Week. This is the week of institutional game playing. This is the time period when you go into a Friday options X. The whole week is going to be volatile and choppy in a lot of different names. Stocks that are up into the stratosphere usually will pull back. Stocks that are down into the gutter will normally see bids. So, just be prepared. This is definitely a week of institutional game playing.
All right. And finally, don't mention Bitcoin every time, but today looks like it's up a little bit, catching a bid.
Yeah, Bitcoin is acting well today. And, it got beat up pretty good last week. It broke a technical level on the daily chart, but the weekly chart was still very strong. I told my membership, I said, don't make too much out of this daily pattern. I think there's still one more pop in it before I think a definitive high is made. And then we go much, much lower into the 11,000 level. Today, it's up 2%. And, we'll see if it can, recapture what it lost last week and make one more. I think there's a nominal high in here, and that's about it. But today it's acting well, and it lives to fight another day. And don't forget, Bitcoin, there's a lot of companies out there that trade options that are Bitcoin related. So Bitcoin, like gold, could be, just the opposite, or it could get sold off. It could be volatile this week.
Right. All right. So that is it for today. Hey, our last discussion there, where you really went in depth on what's going on here, really took off. And that was nice to see. And we'll see what happens for this one here, because obviously traffic is throttled. We've had numerous comments about it. We'll take up some comments later in the week, some YouTube comments. And in the meantime, go over to inthemoneystocks.com, Nick's site. See how he's beaten the averages for decades. The Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago 01, at Kerry Lutz. Emails welcome, kl@kerrylutz.com. Feel free to write your comments below. We had some real doozies on that Friday interview, Nick, that I really want to share with you and with all of you out there listening. And we will be back on, what's today? Today's Monday, so we'll be back on Wednesday.
Sounds good, Kerry.